Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, war number 7 of season 41 for Loki taking on the Celestial Avengers. You can see I have what's become pretty much a standard war team for me, Apoc, Cable, and Aarkus Chavez. 7 fights this war, so let's jump right in. I am on path 1 once again. Apoc is just very, very good for this entire path, and with rank 5 Apoc, I'm going to be here pretty much the entire season. So I pop a combat regen. I mean, I've done this fight, I don't know, 100 times at this point. It seems like a lot. But, you know, the big thing here, I feel like over the last couple times I've taken it, I really just want to get all the debuffs on and then just kind of parry heavy from there. I think it really simplifies the fight, and then you don't have to worry about, you know, thing being obnoxious. So here, like, you know, I throw my special too, and he's got 5 regens, and it procs protection, so, you know, it doesn't really do a bunch of damage, but it gets the concussion on and the degen on, so, you know, it's able to at least get the clock kind of rolling. So you can see here, you know, he's basically back up to a full yellow bar, but I'm not too concerned. You know, I'm just a matter of now I just want to throw the special one so that I can put the poison and the weakness on, and from there, you know, it'll really start to, you can see that special one actually did more damage than the special two because it did not proc the protection. But at this point, you know, I'm just trying to keep the debuffs on, get back up to another special, and just kind of let the debuffs do the work. So you can see, you know, the debuffs are doing, ticking down a little bit. His willpower healing is, you know, doing a decent amount, but I'm still doing about, looks like 350 or so damage per tick, which is certainly not anything to, you know, sneeze at. So, you know, I'm back up to my special 2 here. I see the protection procs at this point. I'm waiting for the protection to go away. He throws that special, and here I'm just going to medium into the special 2, and that is more than enough to KO things. So Apoc very strong for this fight. Not really too much to worry about. Next fight on the path is going to be Titania. I will be using Apoc once again because it's masochism, and Apoc just doesn't care about masochism. So big thing with Titania is when she has her haymaker ready, when she charges at you like that with a medium, she goes indestructible, unblockable, unstoppable. So, you know, you really just want to keep that in mind. But then once it's on cooldown, she's really not that bad to deal with. You know, as long as you can kind of keep that haymaker timer in mind, you know, she really doesn't have much else going on. So, and she puts a whole bunch of debuffs on, so, you know, you can also potentially heal back with some willpower. I think her special 2 is a lot easier than her special 1 because, you know, it's just kind of a couple hits and then she kind of lunges and that's it. So, you know, there it is, and then she's done. So here now her haymaker is back. So I just want to stay close to her because she only activates it if she charges. So you can see here when, you know, she immediately throws a special 1, so that was nice. So, you know, not really anything too much here to worry about. I'm right next to her. She throws her special 1 again. So, you know, I'm just going to throw this special 1. And it's going to do not quite enough. So at this point, I'm like, you know, let me just try to bait out this last haymaker. So that's why I'm just kind of standing there. She's not doing anything. The debuffs tick down enough to where I just kind of tap her block and down she goes. So that'll do it for section 1. Moving on to section 2, I am on path 8 once again. Aarkus Chavez against this Galan. Galan is a little bit of an interesting defender here because he is immune to the Fate Seal from the specials. So that can be just something to keep in mind. He obviously is not immune to the Neutralize, though, which is nice. And with Galan on defense, you really just want to keep him to the special 1. Another thing is when Galan throws a special 1, you can see like that, I like to dash in towards him because he's not actually throwing a hit there. So it's a little bit easier on the spacing where I can dodge in, hold it, and then I can kind of dex and go in, and I can always safely punish the special 1. So that is, you know, other than that, not really too much to this fight. You know, the immunity to Fate Seal didn't really do anything to Galan, so it was a little bit overblown on my part being worried about that. You know, Chavez just kind of ripped right through. So next fight here is going to be Sersi. Once again, I'm going to be using Chavez, and I do pop a Power Star 1 so that I can immediately turn Sersi off with the Fate Seal. And from there, it's really just, you know, hoping to keep the neutralizes on, and just don't let her get any buffs. If she doesn't really have buffs, she can't really do much, especially on this node, which has Rich Gets Richer. Sersi is a global defender, so she does get those flourishes, but, you know, Chavez able to deal with them very, very well. So here, you know, throw this special too, and that does a ton of damage and actually finishes me off with a full yellow bar. So that was always fun. So here is Hulkling, my special 3 throwing nemesis. So I'll be using Chavez once again. Hopefully I've learned from my past mistakes here, and I will not let him get to a special 3, but I guess we'll see. But, you know, this node, like I said, I've done this a bunch. You know, really the big thing here is you want Hulkling to be throwing his special, so he's not really throwing a special 3. So I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of that. So here he throws a special. That's nice. The thing is, you know, if I'm slow playing it a little bit more like I am, I do need to be a little bit mindful of the neutralizes falling off, the Fate Seals falling off, and him getting his buffs again. And if he gets his buffs again, like there, he gets the indestructible, and I Fate Sealed it, and that special did no damage. I do have Mystic Boost on, if you have not noticed by now, so I do get some power back, even despite the fact it did no damage in the indestructible, so that was kind of fun. But, you know, just throwing this special 3 here to dump my power out. He's at a special 2, so this one I just want him to throw his special. He does. You can see because I'm playing it a little slower and safer and, frankly, better than I had been, you know, he is still getting his buff. So the big thing here is when his buff expires, like there, the Fury buff just expired, if I don't land a heavy or a special attack in that time frame, then I will get a fall thrown on me. So that's just something I have to keep in mind. There, he did get his indestructible. I waited that out, and I throw my special 3, and that is enough to KO. So, you know, I think that was one of the smoother ones, even if it did take a little bit longer and a little bit slower. And, you know, I did finish with full yellow bar, so that's always fun. So on to the next one. It's going to be Chavez again against Apoc. Another fight that I've done quite a few times at this point. Got a White Magneto pre-fight from one of my alliance mates. Parry heavy to start. Did the full heavy to get the one dimension. Then heavy into the special 1 to get the other. And bait out this special. Then I'm going to 1-2 heavy 2 hits into the special 2. And now I have all 3 of my dimensions up, and that does a decent amount of damage. So, you know, the big thing with this fight is don't push him to a special 3, because that is an easy way to lose. And don't try to get too fancy with the specials. You know, I mean, Chavez has plenty of health, even if he does get a block penetration or if he flourishes. You know, the special 2 does hurt a little bit in the block, but nothing too bad. So you don't want to get too fancy about this one. You just want to make sure it's slow and steady, medium, light, heavy, to keep the combat deja vu in check, and then just kind of spam the special 2s as you get them, and bait out his specials. So, not really too much else to say here other than just trying to keep Apoc relatively in check. He's got the 3 flourishes right now, now 4 flourishes. So I did actually do the same attack twice here to get his block penetration, but like I said, not that big of a deal. Here I full heavy. It's not enough to KO, so I'll have another fight finishing on a special 3. So I throw this special 3, and that is enough to KO Apoc. So another fight down, and that will take me to my last fight of the war, which is another repeat fight, which is going to be Aarkus. So last time I did Aarkus here, I used a Power Star 1. This time I'm going to use an invulnerability boost. It really does kind of depend. Actually, no, I was going to use an invulnerability boost. That's right. Sorry, I was going to use an invulnerability boost, but I still had time on my Power Start 1 from the Apoc fight, so I just decided to go with the Power Start 1. I did have a 33% special 3 reducer, so I wasn't as worried about the special 3s. But I go with the special 1, with the Power Start 1, so I can Fate Seal him immediately, and then not really worry about his buffs. But the big thing with Aarkus on this fight is you want him to either throw a special 1 or a special 3. You don't want to throw a special 2, because this special 2... on this node will really hurt. So there, that was a big special 2 from me. So here I'm pretty comfortable that this combo will either KO or the special will, and it does. So 7 fights for me, one of the cleaner wars I think I've ever had. But I was able to get through all of them. That's now 38 fights on the season, and a streak of now 84 as we approach maybe triple digits. In terms of the war itself, we were able to win this one, so we are now 3-4 in the season, having a nice little bounce back after a rough start. Like I said, I think we're playing well. We just had some rough matchmaking. We are still in Platinum 1. We are first in Platinum 1 as of right now, so hopefully we can have a strong finish to the season and get up into that Master tier. But that will do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.